So what happens is Liz responds back with, yeah, that sounds awesome. Let's talk about that. And then Liz prompts her to set up a call to do a discovery. Most pitches are like 90% about the person that pitched them, giving me background information, talking a lot. There's like 4 paragraphs about them. And I'm skimming to try to find a question mark. Like, what do they want? And then they never have it. Or it's at the very end and I don't even know what the win for me would be. Anchor win ask. Prove you aren't a weirdo, show them what they'll get out of it, and then make it easy to say yes. Any good pitch email does those 3 things in that order. And I even sized the boxes in this graphic to show the real estate that part of the email should take up. Hey, Drew, Sarah here. Okay, this first part all the way through the bottom of the screenshot is all Anchor. And notice how they're proving they're not a weirdo. They're proving they're not a weirdo by thanking them for the podcast, mentioning a specific episode, mentioning a thing they get out of it, and then they left a review and took a screenshot of it. No podcast host opens an email bragging about their podcast with screenshots and reviews and specifically mentioned episodes and doesn't read it and reply. 100% reply rate to this email. Unless you fake it and force it and it's all like weird, which you could do if you're like trying to do 100 of these a day. Don't do 100 of these pitches a day. You can't do 100 and actually be good pitches. Hey, Drew, Sarah here from the UX Portfolio Formula. Just saw that you're hosting the new Smashing podcast. I wanted to tell you I love the episode. So she brags. That's the first anchor that you did with this person. She mentions a specific podcast. That's the second anchor. The part where you and Liz touched on the anxiety that comes from finding clients was so on the money. She bragged about a specific part of the content. Third anchor. And then the fourth anchor, and this is the best one. Not sure if you're monitoring reviews, but I sent some love your way. She actually did a thing, helped her already by leaving a review. What does every podcaster say at the end of their thing? Like it and review it, leave it a review on iTunes. Well, she just did that ahead of time. Then she gets into the win for the host. So this next paragraph, starting at I'm sure, is the win for the host. I'm sure you know that employee designers deal with similar anxiety when trying to advance their career. I think it would be helpful for them to know how to create UX portfolio that the companies would notice, which I'd love to do for them. Now, here's the win. If you're interested in interviewing me, I can also promote the episode in my audience to my audience as well, so you pick up more subscribers. So there's actually 2 wins for the host. There's an implied win from the first paragraph, and that you get this piece of content that your audience actually wants. She actually went a step further by showing them that why the audience would want it and connecting it to the review that she wrote up at the top, to the episode she referenced. So this person talked about this. That means your audience would be interested in this, and here's a way you could relieve anxiety. You did an anxiety interview. Here's another thing they would have anxiety about, making their portfolio. I'd love to teach them that so to alleviate their anxiety as well. It's a great connection between the anchor and the ask. But she also mentioned audience growth. Now, notice Sarah doesn't say how big her audience is. She doesn't say I have an email list of 10,000 people, because Sarah doesn't have an email list of 10,000 people. She has like 50 people on Twitter, 75 people on YouTube, and 2 people on Pinterest that she set up 10 years ago. But she's going to promote it in all those places. That's fine. She's going to promote the episode to everyone she knows, and I'm going to give you a piece of content you really want. She didn't even ask for the interview. All she said was, are you interested? That's an easy yes. I don't have to fully commit in one email to interview you. I just asked if you're interested. So what happens is Liz responds back with, yeah, that sounds awesome. Let's talk about that. And then Liz prompts her to set up a call to do a discovery or whatever happens next. But that's easy. Are you interested is how I end nearly every pitch email I've ever sent. And it works fantastic because it's low commitment, easy to say yes, and then you can let the next steps flow from there based on what that person would desire.